it's not our job to decide what gets presented to the client. It's our job to look at what the house tells us, listen to what they've told us, and package that in a way where they can make a decision. That's the job. All right. So here we go. We're going to talk about 3 options. Your top option, we're going to call that the peace of mind option. Okay. Because it's going to include everything, everything from the evaluation, everything from the inspection, any safety updates, and any upgrades. So here's how that would lay out. Here's some things to think about. In my peace of mind option, I would need to include long-term resolve, the best prevention for the issue. So if I'm out on a heating and air service call and I find let's say it's a bad igniter on a furnace, I need to look deeper and find out why did that part fail? Well, the blower's also dirty. So maybe the furnace is short cycling. That's going to shorten the life of the igniter. So now a prevention solution might be cleaning that blower and getting airflow back up to spec. That makes sure that the new part I put in doesn't fail again in a year or 2. Okay. We're going to talk about any safety corrections and updates. We're going to talk about any upgrades that we've reviewed with the client, and we're going to include a membership. If we offer a club membership, a service membership, whatever you call it in your organization, if you have it, included on every single option. Who has a service club agreement or a club membership that they currently offer right now? Okay, if you don't, what might be a good idea to talk to your blue collar coach and see how we can go about building that out. If you have one, make sure you're offering it to every client every single time. They're going to benefit from it. Why not tell them about it? So that's your peace of mind option. That's the one that we're going to build out first, and that's going to have the largest scope. Now, one thing before we move on, just because I said best prevention solution, safety correction, comfort efficient, all that kind of stuff, what if that's not relevant to the call that I'm on? What if I'm in a newer home or a home where the client has already taken care of some things and there isn't any safety stuff, or there aren't any prevention solutions? It's just plain a bad part. Everything around it looks great. Well, then you don't put it on your option sheet, right? So this is a guideline for how you could build out a peace of mind option, but it's not a hard, fast rule. So pay attention to what the house is really telling you and make sure that we're only keeping things that are relevant to the situation on an option sheet. The next one that I'm going to build out is called my better option. So first was peace of mind. Now I've got better. In the better option, when I build this out and when I present it, I'm not going to talk about everything that the better include. I'm going to talk about what it does not include that was in the peace of mind. And we'll get into that a lot more next month when we talk about the presentation. But here's some ideas. So is there a way that I could possibly downgrade one of those prevention items? Or maybe I resolve. So on the plumbing side, maybe I got called out because of a leaking stop, right, at a toilet or something like that. And so in my peace of mind option, based on the age of home and other factors, I may have put an option together that includes all the stops in the home, because that's the best prevention. That makes sure this doesn't happen again. However, in my better option, maybe we just do the stops in this one bathroom, right? So that's ways that I can modify this. I can put a smaller drink in the combo, so to speak, in order to get those price gaps in line so that I'm not presenting things that really aren't valid options. Maybe there's a different level of safety correction, right? Maybe less extreme that still solves the problem. All of that. I think you guys get it. Like maybe I'm taking some things out. Maybe I'm modifying a little bit to get this layout just right. The third option I'll put together, we're going to call that the good option. And just like with the better, we're going to talk about what's not included. So here's a quick way that would sound. I'm going to talk about everything in the peace of mind in detail. I'm going to tie it back to my evaluation. I'm going to say, because I found this, I'm recommending this. And we're going to just work our way through the whole checklist that way. When I give the options, I run through peace of mind, and then I say, I've also put together a better option for you. Now, this one does not include A, B, C, whatever's not in there. And lastly, I have a good option for you, and that takes out this and this and this. So we're talking about the top first, and then we're taking away as we move our way down. Okay? And we'll talk about the reasons why that's important when we get more into the presentation. Good option, it's going to be repair. Maybe it's prevention, maybe not. Maybe because of my price gaps, I don't have room for prevention. But now I've at least educated the client as to what could be done. If all I give is a good option, have I done a good job for the client? If I just gave this one option, the good one, have I done my job? Have I done a good job? No, not at all. Now, here's the key I want you to hear. What if I provide these three options? I've laid them out, they're detailed, I've got my price gaps, everything's dialed in, and my client chooses the good option. Have I done a good job? Yeah, 100%. But why? What's the difference? The client ended up getting the same level of work done. So what's the difference in those two examples? They get to make an educated decision. If all I do, and we talked about it all the way back in the beginning, if all I do is I say, hey, here's the Band-Aid to your problem, and the client chooses the Band-Aid, what I've done as the technician is I've withheld all the other wonderful things I could do in the home, and I've robbed them of an educated decision. And some reasons that we do that, by the way, am I walking into the client's home and using my wallet to make their decision? Here's the thing. We can't prejudge our clients. We can't. You could be in that one part of town, right, where people just, quote, don't have money. That client will surprise you. On the flip side of that coin, I know for myself, early in my career, I would go to really high-end homes, nice homes, 6-car garage, 10,000 square feet. And they were some of the cheapest people I've ever interacted with in my life. There's a reason they have all that money. It's because they don't ever spend it, right? And so that prejudgment can sometimes work the opposite direction as well. Here's what sets you free from that. If a client legit does not have the money for what you're offering, they're not going to buy it. So guess what? That means I'm free now to just talk about what's really there. I do a great job. I do my evaluation. I inspect everything as a professional. I package the solutions in a way where it makes sense, control my price gaps, present it with a top-down method, and they just choose. And whatever they choose is going to be the right option for them that day.